So next question is the cost of silence or being silent, right? Great fucking question. What's the price of being silent?
The price of being silent is absolutely nuts, because what you're doing is you're holding in who you truly are. The person that you're inside, without you exposing it, without you being transparent to the people that are around you, keep you isolated. They stop you from growing. They stop you from moving forward in any direction that you want to do. What's the perfect way to do this and deny this is back to the last question, like 4 questions that we had, was accountability, right? You need to find that person. Who's that person that you can feel accountable to, where you're not holding everything in silence? And that's why I think that the way that was worded is, what is the cost of silence? Like for years,
Everything.
I stayed silent, looked strong on the outside, but on the inside, everything was drowning. Silence potentially cost my own peace, connection, and joy. Vulnerability cost me pride, but it gave me freedom. You know, when you let that go and you become humble and vulnerable to the things that are around you, you start being the real you, right? You
That's what we need,
expose yourself, and you
that's
gotta
what
be
we
the
need.
real you. Like, who wants to walk around being a pretend
People
version
do
of
that.
themselves?
People
They
do that, but if I'm not the real version of myself, I'm cheating you of who I am.
Right.
And our relationship, whether it's boys, best friends, or acquaintances or co-workers, I'm still cheating you of the real me, bro. And in my bodyguard experience in the career, we're always by ourselves, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when we go a long time just working and going to our rooms at the end of the night, bro, we're by ourselves. So you're silent. You have nobody to talk to, right? And you do that consecutively because it's work. It's work, but you're shutting down on a lot of shit because you have nobody to talk to. So then when you come home, you can't relate to anybody, bro. And then you don't realize that you're doing that, but you're cheating people out of who you really are. And I spoke to some of my friends. I said, hey, bro, don't be scared to talk. Don't stay silent. When you see me, talk, bro. Tell me what the fuck, because I can't relate to you.
Right.
And it goes back to being men and holding other people accountable, other men accountable, because it's got to change, dog.
It's got to change.
It's hurting all of us. And then that shit pushing depression. The more you hold shit in, no, I don't give a fuck how much gym workouts you do. You have to release those into words. Like, words got to come out. It has to leave your body. So that's the only way it does is by talking. You know what I'm saying? So being silent kills, bro.
I love that. And again, I got to reiterate, you've got to let those words out. You got to get it out, right? It's not enough to sweat it out, right? Just like your body.
You can sweat half of it out, but the other half has to come out, bro.
Right.
It has to be spoken out.
It has to be
those,
spoken.
have men like you that understand that shit. Don't be having those fucking weak ass men that play fucking Call of Duty and getting ambushed all the time and losing on a losing streak forever. Don't have those type of men, because that shit don't work. They will never relate to you. That's the wrong way to go. But real men that are grinding like you and work and on the grind, those are the men that are really gonna understand. So, great fucking question. Another one.
The next topic that came in was leadership equals stewardship. And that's a good one.
Sending all this.
I know. Where are these smart motherfuckers?
Listen, we're gonna fucking change the way you guys DM the chat, bro.
Right.
Leadership, I always say, being a leader, you gotta be the person who actually foot on the ground first. There's a lot of leaders that think that they're like a Hitler, like a what do you call that?
I know exactly what you're thinking.
A dictator.
A dictator.
Being a leader is not a dictator. Being a leader is being the one that does everything with your group. Lead by example. That's what they say, right?
Right.
Easier said than done, because when you get a little bit of power, people start power tripping.
Exactly.
But when you lead your tribe or your circle, your co-workers, whoever it is, by example, you're gonna show them, man, he's doing the same thing I'm doing. If he's doing it, why not? I can do the same thing. I gotta match him, right? That's being a leader, not a dictatorship, bro. When you start pointing that finger, hey, go get this shit done, because I'm not gonna do that shit. Especially real men that, you know, they got real testosterone going on. It's gonna be a conflict. It's gonna be bumping heads. So being a leader is just doing it first and teaching them by what you do.
And true leaders, and I was reading the other day, I was reading in 2 Chronicles where Solomon asked God, he was praying to God and said, God, you've anointed me and you've allowed me to take the kingdom over from my father David. And he prayed to God, and God is like, well, ask for anything and I'll give it to you. And this is great because it came up, and I think this is true leadership. And Solomon prayed to God and said, God, well, I just want the wisdom to be able to lead your people to the promised land and lead them and take them to the next place. And God said, Solomon, because you prayed a prayer of humility and you didn't ask for wealth, you didn't ask for power, you didn't ask for anything, but you asked how to lead my people, right? In pure humility as a true leader should. I'm going to give you wealth. I'm going to give you power. I'm going to give you provisions, and I'm going to give you abundance. And because that only goes into leadership.
Bro, that's being humble. And
being humble.
Giving. When you give, you're going to receive more. When you do an act of giving without expecting anything in return, you're going to get a lot more,
right,
bro.
Exactly.
And that's what people miss. That's a good fucking toast right there, man. I'm glad you brought the church to the fucking podcast, bro. I mean, this is not a
brought the Bible.
You brought the Bible to us.
Right? We are the church, right?
We are the church.
This is the church.
But I didn't know.
You guys are the church.
Yo,
right?
if you want to
go to church,
get baptized, that's going to be on the next podcast.
We'll have a tub. We'll have a tub here.
Great question. Next.
The next topic that came in, last time we were on the podcast, we asked people if they wanted to learn about business and how to move forward. And we were actually having this on our brainstorming meeting the other day. But the next one is from idea to execution.
Yeah. Once you got an idea, this is where people mess up all the fucking time, right? When you have an idea, you already visualize it, right? But you got to put the motion into it, or it's just going to stay as an idea. I can have 100 ideas. If I don't do nothing with it, it's just all talk, bro. There's a reason why that thing came to your brain and your mind to put it to work, because God gave you the vision, right? Bible verse, right? I don't have a Bible verse, but God gave you the wisdom to think about it, right? Now you got to put it out there because it's going to help those around you. Even you know what I'm saying? It's going to help you, your family. Put it into action. That's the difference. Having an idea, it can only be an idea until you put emotion to it.
Exactly.
And if you don't, it's just going to be there until you get more ideas.
And I can personally attest to this, being afraid, right? There's a fear in allowing those ideas to go into fruition, whether I can't do it, I'm too young, I'm too old. I had a whole book full of, a notebook full of ideas. Nothing changed until I executed, whether imperfectly, clumsily, but I started, right? Sometimes we have a fear of perfection, right? Everything has to be done right, but you just have to start. Execution is the bridge.
That's the hack, though. That people miss.
You just got to start.
Think it's so far away and all that, but if you don't start, it will never be in motion. When you start something, you start the hack. That's the hack. Start it, no matter what level you want, man.
I mean, look at you with the podcast, right? You just started. Let's go shoot some.
Let's get it
going.
You had something to do,
right?
You went on your Tinder shit, and that's what you did. And you had a date today, and then all of a sudden I say, bro, you come talk with me, bro. This is therapy for us. We got to put this out for men and women too, man. I talk about a lot of men because men need to hear this, but this goes out to women.
It goes out to everybody.
I'm not bashing women by any means. I'm talking about stuff that matters to men, like that are unappreciated, and they need to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Women get hit with a whole bunch of stuff, and they're
looking for that content.
Yeah,
right? They're looking for.
Yeah, women get hit with so much. How do you say it? Like so much attention, but men don't. That's why I talk about men, because men don't. And there's real men that just want to hear something like a thank you, like, hey, bro, you doing good today. That's all we asking for. So I talk about men because sometimes I need to hear that.
Right.
Because I'm on the go so much, and then you go into a mindset that you're not even appreciated, and you don't want to think like that, but it happens. We're humans. So when I talk about men, that's what I mean. And I want to lift man. You got a great page, Lift Man Up, right?
Right.
We need more of that, bro. And I'm not bashing women by any means, but I'm just trying to put that stuff out for us. You know what I'm saying? But this shit goes for women too.
Exactly.
There's women that grind all the fucking time. There's women that play a man role and a mom role. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do both.
So this shit goes out for you too. So don't get it twisted. I'm not just talking about men.
Goes out to all the single moms.
Not for the thought. If you a thought, this ain't for you, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yo, no, I'm not doing this shit for the thoughts.
It's a no thought zone.
No thought zone. And if you a woman that don't give a fuck about shit, this ain't for you. The same shit goes for men. They're not real men.
Right, they're not even, bro. They're not stepping up.
No, they got ideas. Idea mans. That's what we're gonna call them.
Idea mans. Execute. Next question that came in, or the topic that came in, talk about the fear of imperfection. And I think we kind of touched on this on the last one, where we're afraid of something not being perfect, and that's why we're not putting it out. So I think we kind of answered that one on the last one. But
it's a great question.
If you're doing anything, it's a great question, right? If you have the fear of perfection, you don't have to wait around for it.
Yeah. Are you done? I thought you was gonna keep going. Look, when you're afraid to start something, it kills everything that you just thought about. But it happens to everybody.
It happens to.
But having that fear right there, that should tell you, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Right.
And then you will flip that. You know what I'm saying? That knowing that you're scared to do something because it's not perfect, it's the exact moment when you do that. If it makes any sense. I don't know if it makes any sense.
No, it does. I mean, I think nothing grows in perfection, right?
Nothing grows perfectly. No, perfectly. Right?
Right.
That's what you're trying to say?
Nothing grows perfectly, but nothing grows in absolute perfection, right? Everything just kind of falls into it. I remember delaying projects, waiting to have like everything done right. Whether it was a podcast, whether it was writing a blog, but nothing grows in perfection. Growth comes from being messy first, like having ugly steps from if you're working out, from the worst reps that you can ever do.
We all started
up
there.
At the gym, right? You all started with the lightest weight. You were afraid, but progress beats perfect every time. And let's say that again. Progress beats perfect every time.
I agree with that, bro. If you waited to be perfect, while you waiting, somebody that takes the leap of faith and jump when the windows open, they're gonna beat you every time.
Right, we wouldn't have the apple.
While you master your shit,
yeah,
you got 10 people already starting with whatever it is, and they're gonna beat you.
Right.
So what? Stop waiting. Stop waiting.
Imagine we didn't have the Amazons, right? Imagine if they were fearful of getting started. We wouldn't have an Amazon. We wouldn't have an Apple. If we go far back, we wouldn't have the engine, right? We wouldn't have a vehicle. If people were afraid and said, oh, you can't have a plane that's gonna fly. There's no way you're gonna fly this thing, right? If those people had fear, we wouldn't have those things.
And we gotta thank them for being like
Innovators,
that.
Right.
And we need more of that. And this is where we at. Because I really don't like to talk, bro. And I was scared to talk, but I said, fuck it, let's ride.
And you know what's amazing about that is, I tell my kids this all the time. You're either a consumer or you're a creator, right? There's two different people. There are the people that are going to consume all this information. And then there's creators that people are creating. They're creating content, they're creating podcasts, they're creating art, they're creating literature, they're creating and inventing, right? There was a book by Daniel Pink several years ago.
How do you remember all this shit, bro? There's always a fucking book with you, bro. How do you remember
I like to read, and it was an important book at the time because my kids, right, they were in school, so I wanted to make sure that they were going to thrive, and they were just saying that anything going into technology in the time, it was probably going to be taken by foreigners. And the only thing that we were missing in the time, and still this is the time right now that Daniel Pink said, is creators and inventors, right? Nobody is creating or inventing anything new. Yeah, we got like ChatGPT, but we're talking about like true innovation, like something that's new, like art and culture and different things like that, where it's kind of fell behind technology. Now technology is almost overcoming art, right? Because it's creating its own art, but is it really from a human?
It's not.
It's not, and that's going to be another question, possibly on a whole nother topic that we can talk about.
Obstacles versus excuses. This is big, right? We deal with this shit every day.
All the time.
Everybody got obstacles. We all got obstacles the minute we will open our eyes, right? And either you're gonna make excuses for whatever the fuck is gonna happen from when you wake up, from when you leave your house, when you get in the car. Oh, my car don't start. Oh, something. I couldn't put the right. I couldn't find the right shoes. You find excuses, right? And there's the obstacles. Now, real men have no time for that shit. Not just men. Let me clear that shit up again. Real people, men and women that live a certain way, have zero excuses. Why are you laughing, bro? What the fuck?
Because I just pictured myself looking at you through the bowl.
Bro, I'm trying to be serious. Whoever sent that question, it was probably each, bro.
That was an obstacle.
Look, you're the obstacle right now.
Oh, God.
And I don't want no excuses. So what it is I hate excuses, bro. When people tell me, but this and that, I say, listen, bro.
The biggest
I'm the wrong person to say excuses.
Excuse is the gym excuse.
It can be anything.
Right.
I don't want excuses because, bro, the minute I wake up, I thank God that I woke up, and
Yes.
I really I'm not gonna lie to you, I jump off my bed, dog, because I'm excited that I lived today to do more, right? I really do that shit. I say it here, but I really do that shit. I'm thankful. I get up early as fuck, no matter what time, because when I feel that I wake up, I say, shit, I'm up. I made it. I made it today. So there's no excuses for what the fuck is gonna happen. Whatever curveball is thrown in my way, I'm making no excuses. You know what? I'm gonna go get it. And those obstacles is gonna change my mindset, how to deal with them. They're there for a reason. I always say, yo, there's always a wrench thrown in your day. You might get 2 to 3 wrenches thrown in your day. Once you start noticing what they are, oh, here's the wrench of this fucking day. Knowing that will change that. Why the fuck are you laughing, bro?
Not laughing.
Well, you have a smiley face.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is like, we all have a wrench. When you get a wrench thrown at you, bro, and you notice it, don't flip out.
Right.
It's for a reason. It's testing you.
It is a reason.
It's testing you, but then people will take that to an excuse to escape that and not do whatever they're supposed to do.
Something as small as catching like a red light, right? That red light saved you from getting into a potential car accident, right?
Yeah. That's how you gotta
showed up
see
late
it,
to work,
yeah.
right? You got to look at things differently, but
Maybe
awareness
you show up
is that.
maybe you show up on time to work and you do some stupid shit and you get fired.
Right.
But then you cut the red light. Now you missed that little
Everything
gap. You know what I'm saying?
changes
And
when you don't know that.
everything has its purpose, bro. And when you see it like that, it really changes everything. I could have lost that shit today. I said, why this motherfucker's driving so slow? And I was like, you know what? I could change, but I didn't. And then I cut the light. I'm like, you know what? It was meant to be like
It's all
that.
for a reason. When I think of obstacles, and I'll go back because I've just been digging deep into the story of David.
What book? Oh, no.
This is the Bible.
Book of David. Here we go.
There's no bigger obstacle than David had with Goliath. But if you don't know the story of David,
I'm sure
David was, I am, David was the runt of his family. Like he was the legitimate son of Jesse, who had other sons. And when they sent to go find who would be the next king or who would be able to go battle Goliath and the Philistines, David was out hunting, right? He was out with his, he practiced every day with the little thing that he had,
Yeah.
the whatever the
It's on the
rock
back. I'll
thing.
look it up.
Look it
Look
up.
it up. Chat,
But
look it up.
he was the runt, right? Nobody believed in him because he was small, he wasn't big and attractive like the rest of them. But he believed, right? He had a whole different power, and he had an obstacle in front of him to change the world and change how everything was, which was Goliath. And I believe our obstacles, we could consider them Goliaths. How are we battling the Goliaths in our life?
Yeah, but that Goliath was huge.
Yeah.
But in real life, Goliaths are very small. It's the little things.
Well, it's what you make a Goliath, right? We turn small things into big situations.
I know. It can be anything.
Right.
Like when you was laughing at me.
At you, I was laughing with you. All right, next topic. All right, so the last topic.
Where are you looking at, bro? We gotta go right here.
Oh, the middle. The last topic that came in was number 12, discipline versus motivation. I know you're super passionate about this when you talk about this one all the time. So what are your thoughts on that?
That's easy for me to talk because I live this every day. I'm disciplined when it comes to, why do you do this all the time? When I'm talking, you want to see me through the cup? Weird. Well, whatever. Look, being disciplined for me is number one, right? Because I do this shit every day. Nobody's waking me up. Nobody wakes you up. You wake up because you know you got shit to do. And because you do that, there's gonna be a different outcome, right? Motivation is, everybody can see a video and get motivated, and 2 hours later, they're not motivated anymore. Oh, I gotta see something else. Bro, that's not real, bro. That's just superficial, stupid ass shit that I don't stand for. Being disciplined will get you there all the time, every time. And I live like that. So the difference for me is just doing the shit, bro. When you don't wanna do it,
You just do it.
you just do it because you know that's what you gotta do. That's being disciplined. Motivation's out the window for me. I don't need you to motivate me to do what I gotta do.
Right.
Not you, but whoever the hell. Hey, have a great day today. I don't give a fuck if you tell me or not. It sounds good.
Right.
I say, yeah, thanks or whatever, but I don't need you to hear. I'm already going through my day. You don't even know what time I woke up. I'm not talking to you.
Right. I know you're not.
But I'm saying, like, when people say, yo, you killing it today, but I already killed it today. I woke up today and
I've
did
been
like
done
10
that.
things.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I like that David Goggins said something really good.
Why
It's
you
like,
always dropping names in the podcast?
David Goggins said something awesome where it's like you got to do something you hate every single day, and that's
hate how you
discipline,
laugh at me,
right?
bro.
I'm not laughing at you.
Fuck, go ahead. Bring out David. Yeah, I get it. He's
Right? He's good. But I think one of the most important things that you said there was awesome. People motivate themselves with these silly ass videos, and within
Temporary.
30 seconds, it's temporary. It's like that temporary, just serotonin that you need just to get you going. But then it fades out, right? You get excited, you're up, and then automatically you're down, right? Maybe it got you in the gym. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it just kind of motivated you to get going. But you're right. Motivation is just a feeling. Discipline is actually you progress, right? Actually you making movement. It's
When
like
you
accountability.
feel like, I'm tired today. That's the reason. I always say this. Maybe not to you, but I will one day. Maybe right now. But don't laugh. I tell my family, my cousins, my little nephews and nieces, I say, hey, tomorrow wake up early for no reason. What do you mean? I said, wake up early for no reason, right? That's the reason to wake up.
Right.
Doing something for no reason is the reason. I can sleep in every day if I want to, bro. My schedule, I don't clock in. I clock in to the universe, bro. I don't have a job that I clock in and I gotta be in the office. I clock in the minute I wake up. So I do things for no reason because it's gonna have a different effect in my life or in my day. You know what I'm saying? So doing something for no reason, that's actually the reason why you do it.
I love that. That's awesome.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes complete sense. I love
Nobody
it.
laugh again.
No, I wasn't about to laugh. I liked it that much that I will
Think
not
about
laugh.
it. How you cut it up?
Like,
Put
right?
it on the side.
I know I needed a new time.
No,
doing something for no reason
is the reason.
Is the reason.
Whoever wrote that question, thank you.
Thank you for sending that in.
This is a conversation that keep real men up at night. This is a conversation that bothers people because you're stressed. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a good night's sleep. But listen, sleep, rest up, and let the shit out because we here. You're not by yourself. And whatever question, whatever you want to do, put it on the chat. We're gonna answer that shit. This is a community right here, bro. I know I'm holding a cup, but it is what it is, right?
Right. And we're not here to impress anybody. We're just here to lift men up, women up, anybody who's watching. We're holding you accountable. We want to give you the information and the content that you need.
We're not here to lift up weak men. We're here for the hardworking men that want change. Same thing for women. If you're grinding all the time, we're here to uplift you. And we want to thank Alex for this commercial voice that he has and whatever the fuck. You're a great marketing guy, dog. So if you need a marketing guy, go ahead and holler to Alex at Tinder.com, right?
Alex at WeDoWeb.com.
My bad.
I still don't have a Tinder.
Allegedly. So tune into the next podcast. I appreciate you guys, bro. This shit is going. It's taking its own course.
Yeah, thank God.
And
It's awesome.
Nothing is written. Everything's off the heart and off the dome, off the brain, the mind.
The mind.
Why are you laughing, bro?
I'm not. I think that
Fuck
they were all
laughing.
really good
Everything's-
references.
Everything's organic here, bro. We don't write nothing. We might read a few things to have guidelines because we're on pre-workout and on whiskey. Cheers to peanut butter.
Cheers to
whiskey,
peanut
bro.
butter whiskey. Screwball.
This sounds pretty
We're
good.
like kings, mad kings.
Cheers. See you next time. Let's go.